Hey, check up. Let's play some D. And now I'm gonna talk about another Amazon game. It's not technically an Amazon game; they're the publisher, but this is Lost Ark, and it originally released in December 4th, 2019, in the South Korean region. I believe that's where Smiley is. So it's been out for a while, and they've had some time to iron on it. But it was released in the U.S. for early access on the 8th, and then release free to play. You had to buy a little pack or whatever to play on the 8th. Then on the 11th, it released free to play. The game, it's a multiplayer online action role playing game, MMOARPG. I'm a first person shooter guy and a sports guy. Oh no, I talked about Madden too. I did talk. I believe. Yeah, I talked about Madden too. So, I'm a sports guy. Don't know really what. To be quite honest, I'm not even totally sure what I'm really doing. But I did play through the game. I am level 50. I am in the what they call the wealth of in-game content. I've watched some other people play it, watched read some reviews, watched people talk about it, and the most important thing that I want to say about this game is that it gives the hardcores something to do, and I think that's important. I think they figured out a way to give the hardcore players a lot to do, a lot of content, and then they still allowed the the casuals to be able to feel casual in this game. Whether that makes us a good game or not isn't my point there. It's just I really think they did a really good job doing that. Rushing to in-game content is what most gamers would say to do. So you can see what the end game is. Once you rush to the end game content, it is really where the game pretty much starts. It really starts. I want to say it starts at like a couple levels before 50, but it really you start to really get the kicking in and seeing what you can go explore a abundance of stuff, worlds, maps. They pretty much all replicate each other, but the challenge is the key. The feeling your power level go up in your character and fighting bigger bosses, mobs. That's what people want, and to be able to do it at your own level, I think, is what a lot of people call for in a lot of different games, especially games like this that have some kind of story and in game and blah 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 blah. I think they do a decent job with the PvP too. They just make it all skill based. You got to go out there. You just got to be better. You got to be maneuver, and I like that aspect of it. Totally fine with that. Uh, Biggest gripe for me though is the lead up to level 50. I just feel like if you're I don't even know how to put it. It's really hard to I feel like 50 was too long of redundant content. If you're saying in game starts with an array of content at 50, why not just put it at 30 or 35 or 40? 40 would have probably been nice. If everything that I did at 40 started the in-game content, you just bring everything back. So you take maybe 10 hours off of somebody's playtime or 9 or 8 hours, whatever that is, and you start that into the in-game push with like early in-game stuff. I think that would have been better. But I feel like everybody from at least 45 on, just you feel like just get it over with. Let just get me to 50. It was all redundant, doing the same. Talk to this person, talk to this person, talk to this person, go fight them, fight them. Oh, stop here, pick this up, post this there, do that there, run in the dungeon, run out, boom, boom, boom. Oh, mix up something in the middle here. Oh, you got a ship, now you can travel here. Oh wait, when you travel here, you turn into a bug's life and you get tiny. and you trying to figure out, wait, am I still doing the main story or am I doing something else? Am I actually progressing towards where I want to go so I can get to the in game content? So that's the leveling process in this game is probably the worst I've ever done in any game. Once again, I haven't done a bunch of these. I haven't played World of Warcraft. I did some Final Fantasy years ago. Nothing in the new gen or new era. Nothing in the recent 10. Nothing in the recent I don't know 15 years or something like that. So I may be a bad person to speak on it, but just I think everybody. I don't think there's anybody that could say they enjoyed level 10 to 50. Should have been about 10 to 40, maybe 10 to 35 ish, something like that. Pound you in some raids and dungeons and boost you. I don't know, something like that. But I played a lot of single player games, that lead into, or a good amount of single player games that lead into a in game content, things of that nature. And the story, for the most part, is fun and engaging. You do a little bit of different stuff, fighting different enemies. So yeah, the other thing I do like about Lost Ark is that it does allow people to play in a solo. You don't have to play with people, and I think that's totally important. I'm not totally sure the game scales or how it does it, but it makes you feel good to be able to play by yourself if you don't really want to play with people or don't have a microphone, don't want to talk, or you still, play the game at a nice pace, at a nice level, feel strong, defeat enemies. Overall, I think it's good. I think it had longevity, and I said it's been out long enough now where they'll probably just keep adding content. They have the world set up, and they can just keep piling into it. I think it's enough space. Maybe they can grow it. I'm not totally sure, but kudos to Smilegate on this one. I think it's a solid game, but unfortunately, you got to put hours into it. You have to put a bunch of hours into it to then decide if you want to keep playing it or not. It's free to play, so you can take your time doing that, or you may lose interest. Not really sure, but I think it's a good formula, and the people that it pulls in, it'll keep them in for a while. So that is that.